Apparently, LeBron James, Savannah, and Rich Paul sitting courtside at the Cavs game was way more important than what was taking place on the court. Seems to me there's more talk about the message he was sending than Boston taking a 3-1 lead over the Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen less Cleveland Cavaliers.
I am so sick. I'm so sick. Oh, can we please move on from King James? When will that be over? I'm just, oh my God. Why he monopolizing the whole? I guess he always had to be remain relevant. I can't get mad at that. I suppose he's the king. So, oh my gosh. But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
Boston Celtics went up 3-1, and this series is over. It's over. It's done. It's done.
it's so over. Now, Jared Allen,
Yeah.
let me just touch on him real quick. We ain't seen that brother since the Orlando Magic series when he ended up with a bruised rib. Is the
Mhm.
rib broken at this point? Because why hasn't he graced the floor? Like, what's going on? It must be more serious than what they're letting off.
Yeah, it has to be. I understand from a small tidbit of information I've been able to hear and gather from what people are talking about is that it's so deep embedded within him there's nothing they can really do unless it heals on its own, almost. So his bruised rib must be really, really bothering him in order for him not to be able to at least suit up and help out his team in this critical time for them to compete and perhaps move on to the next round. But yeah, it doesn't even matter at this point. Heal up for the next season because it's over.
Yeah, I would have to say it is over. And you know what though? It almost wasn't over because the Cavs messed around and came back on the Boston Celtics.
They
But
did.
that's
They
how
did.
the Celtics operate, right? Second quarter,
Hmm.
they always lose interest in the game. And then I
Hmm.
don't know what it is though, but I just don't think the Celtics, I just don't think this is the year for them because I think they've taken on the personality of their head coach, Joe Mazzulla. You look at Joe Mazzulla, he's
Hmm.
just like, okay, well. And then it's just like, where's the fire and enthusiasm? You're trying to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, I don't know. Maybe the Cavs are just a boring matchup for them.
I think that the Boston Celtics have had an easy route so far. That's probably what it is. If they if they move on to the next round, which I believe they will be in for a rude awakening if they go up against the Knicks or the Pacers. You know how physical those teams are? This Boston
Right.
Celtics team, with this cakewalk they've been on, will be disrupted. They're not going to know what to do the first two games. They're going to be looking like the Nuggets in the first two games against the Timberwolves when the Timberwolves smacked them in the face because they didn't know what to do with all that defense, length, and physical touch. You know, that's the same thing that's going to happen to
Mm-hmm.
Boston Celtics because they have been cakewalking through their playoff journey so far. So it's going to be very physical their next round if they move forward. And I don't know if they're going to be ready for it because right now they give me walk in the park. And
Right.
the Eastern Conference Finals will not be a walk in the park. Matter of fact, they're going to be in the MMA tournament. They better just get ready.
I know, I know. Oh my God. Okay, so the Cavs are without Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen, but Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown scored 70 of the 109 points that were needed to beat the Cavs. Oh man, they need Porzingis. I think they're definitely going to need him for the next round.
De- Definitely, because they really need a stronger rim protector. Al Horford ain't gonna be the one. Not if they go up against the Pacers and what the Pacers are bringing. Then I can tell you, nobody besides Porzingis can perhaps even remotely be ready for Miles Turner and all the firepower that they got on the Pacers. And then Hardenstein, I just with the Knicks, I just don't see it. I don't know. Boston may be they're gonna be in for a rude awakening. So they do need Porzingis back really, really because they just need him back. So
Uh-huh. Because I'm looking at Al Horford. He chipped in 6 points. I mean, Payne Pritchard was the showstopper off of the bench, but I don't know. I mean, without Donovan Mitchell, that's at least 30 points for the Cavs that they didn't have. Darius Garden couldn't make it up. They threw Karis LeVert in the starting lineup. He only gave you 19. I mean, they just don't have enough to make it out of this series. So yeah, it is over. Regardless of the controversial foot grab that Jaylen Brown, did, that was
Mhm.
ruled a common foul. I do think that was a little dirty though, because
Mhm.
to me it was very intentional. He knew what he was doing. But whatever, that wasn't the game.
Right. Right. No, it's if Donovan Mitchell even comes back, what they're gonna have? They may pull out one more win. Why be late? Why we gotta sit through another game? One more game? Why? Why? Boston Celtics need to close it on out their next matchup so they can get some rest because they really need to get ready for their next matchup. Whoever it is, they're gonna give them a run for their money. And I don't know if this Boston Celtics teams with their lackadaisical attitude is gonna make it.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So game five will be in Boston. So there's no reason why they shouldn't close it out at home. They're already at the house. Just drive home and
Yeah,
be done with it. You ain't got to take no
yeah,
flights. The series is
right.
over.
Series is
All
over.
right.
It's
Cool.
over.
So
It's over.
yeah. Yeah. So Boston got the victory 109 to 102. But that next game, though, against
Baby.
with OKC and the
Ooh,
Dallas Mavericks, now I'm just gonna say that game appeared to be over to me in the second quarter. But Shea
mm-hmm.
Gilgis has something to say about it.
I love me some Shea Gilgis Alexander. I'm telling you, if he, if the Mavericks did not, um, kind of from a Luca and Kyrie perspective, if they did not showcase or show their A game because they did not. I think that the second half of the game, Kyrie, I mean, what he ended up with 9 points. What did Kyrie had?
Hmm.
9 points. What, Kyrie? Come on. And then, Doncic gave 18. That is nothing. Nothing. If they don't do their maximum best, they're not going to win the game. They have to always do their best. And what I will say this, Luca has to be so sore. He's when somebody beat up, oh my goodness. He stay on the floor. Two things about Luca right now during this series that I wish he would stop doing. Falling. He may not be able to help that. And stop looking for the refs to give you fouls. But please stop whining. Cut it out. Cut it out. If he can do
Well,
those two things and focus on the game, I think he can get back in rhythm. There's two things that I wish Luka would stop doing in this series. Number one, get some balance. But I think because his legs, ankles, back, teeth are compromised, his balance is off because he keeps falling on the floor. That's number one. Stop falling. Number two, please stop looking for the refs to give you a foul call. Stop searching for it. Stop doing it. It's so disruptive. You are missing a whole possession because you're so busy looking at the refs, waiting for them to call a foul call. If you can stop doing those two things, I think his game will be a lot more better. Considering that he is compromised health wise because he is injured for sure.
yes, yes. I mean, when you think about it, Lou Dort, he utilized all five of his fouls against Luca. I mean, like you said in previous episodes, Lou Dort has him in jail. Luca's never been to jail. He don't know how to act. He does not
And
know how to act.
not only is he in jail, Lou Dort has him in a chokehold. He can't even get his balance right. And
Mm,
I'm
mm,
just like,
mm.
usually Luca can get his, but Lou Dort has his equilibrium so off. And
Yeah,
I
it's
am
bad.
here for it. I'm here for it. Oh my gosh, he can't keep his balance together when Lou Dort defends him. He can't get his shot off. He got turnovers that are uncharacteristic of his play. It's just, oh my God. He's injured in the process. He's forever falling down. Like, Luca, what is going on?
Yeah, but I'll give him credit. He has not missed a game, though. He may complain about his injuries or look like he's in so much pain, but he has not missed a game. Funny thing, though, OKC, yes, Shea Gilgis went off for 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, but they still have not been able to get any solid games from Josh Giddey. I found it interesting that Coach Mark Dagnall went with Isaiah Joe in the second half instead of Josh Giddey. Isaiah Joe got him 0 points, and Josh Giddey only had 5. That's going to be a problem moving forward if the OKC Thunder are able to move on. Lou Dort, 4 for 14 from the field, that's not going to cut it, right? And
Mm-mm.
then your boy Jalen, I know Jalen, fantastic athlete, 5 for 19 from the field. So I say all that to say, even with OKC's role players, or yeah, they weren't able to get the victory. 3-2-1. Dallas Mavericks weren't able to get the victory, even when OKC didn't have their full complement of point production from players they normally get it from.
I am waiting for a full Jalen Williams sighting. I want him to do what he's done in the regular season because he has kind of been off. His shots were so short yesterday in yesterday's game, so short. Like if you can just get a little bit more lift, it would have went in. And I think that we need Shea Gilgeous and the Oklahoma City Thunder need Jalen Williams to be the number two. Period. He got to put up something because I'm not concerned about Josh Giddey. Apparently, the coach is going to away from Josh Giddey for whatever reason, and that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, as long as we can get Wiggins and the other Jalen Williams something, but the other Jalen Williams got a Krispy Kreme donut as well. I mean,
Right,
somebody else
right.
they're gonna have to. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if we can rely on the bench for OKC to step up, but Jalen Williams, the starter, he has to. He must do it in the next game if Oklahoma City Thunder thinks they're going to go up 3-1, 3-2, 3-2. They're going to have to.
Absolutely.
Jay is not going to be able to hold it because I don't see Luka and Kyrie having another game like game 4. I don't see it.
Oh no. Well, first of all, this series is going 7. This series is
Yeah.
just revving up to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks are going to come in the next game on fire. I know it's going to be in OKC. Shocker that OKC was able to make a run like that at the end of game
Yeah, they
4
did that.
in
Mm-hmm.
Dallas in front
Mm-hmm.
of Tyrese Maxey sideline. I said, "Oh, look at Tyrese Maxey." But look, side note, why is it okay for Tyrese Maxey or other current NBA players to sit courtside, but when LeBron brings his wife and his best friend slash clutch, agent or whatever to sit courtside, why does it get under our skin when it's him, but when other players do it, it's okay?
Because the media, they go overboard in their showcase of that. Tyrese, it was a little cameo, boop, and that was it. But then they'll talk about
Uh-huh.
LeBron all night. It'll just go on
Yeah.
and on. That's the problem. Show them and be done. This ain't even about him. This is about Boston and Cleveland the players that are currently playing. Not about him sitting on the sideline. You can show him. I mean, I don't see why not. You show Tyrese, that's fine. You show any other celebrity, but you're not belaboring it. You're not talking about it all the time. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's the
Okay. Yeah.
over
Yeah.
discussion about it that
Yeah.
irritates. I guess it gets under my skin. I'm like, show them, but then that's it.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
You
they
know,
zoomed in on him so many times during that
that's
game.
my
I forgot.
point.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. But
Okay.
yeah, what's funny? Shed Holmgren looked like a rag doll yesterday. They beat him between Lively and PJ Washington. They beat him up in the paint, but he was still there, hitting the head, boxed out uncharacteristically. It don't even matter. I said,
Mm,
"Oh, poor
mm,
shit."
mm.
He stayed on the ground as well, but he got up and he got ready to still play. He still played with maximum effort, I believe, even though I'm quite sure he was a little shook. But yeah, I think that if he can gain at least 30 more pounds, he'd be a lot. He would appear to be a lot stronger. He could be super strong right now, but when you're looking at him, you just want him to put on 30 more pounds. At least I do.
At least. I think he will in the
Hmm.
off season. He gives me that type of work ethic.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of
Uh-huh.
PJ Washington, is that the one who missed them free throws at the end of the game?
Mm, mm.
Let me talk about. See, this is where the game turned. If OKC Thunder, I'm sorry, if the Dallas Mavericks don't get their free throws under control, because that's exactly where the difference is. They should have been better at the free throw line, and they were not.
Yes, especially when you have
OKC
OKC making all but one.
all but one exactly. OKC 95% from the free throw line. Dallas 52%. What? 12 of 23 shots made. You got to be kidding me. You got to be. You getting the calls, and now you can't close it up when you at the free throw. Got to do better.
Yeah.
Got to do better.
Yes. I agree. That was the game. So
Mhm.
looks like we are revving up for a really good game 5 in this series. All but over.
Yeah.
It is not over at all. However, that Boston and Cavs series is just about a wrap. So OKC got the victory 100-96. But tonight's matchups now. Hey, I'm deep. I'm in so deep with that Pacers and Knicks series. They play tonight, right?
Yes, I am with you on that. In deep, locked and ready. Yes.
I cannot wait. It's taking place. Let me see. It's got to be in New York. I feel like we've been in Indiana 2 games at least.
It is in New York. The series is tied 2-2, and I hope that the starters on the New York Knicks got enough rest because they looked beat up, tired, through, toasted, couldn't get lift, couldn't really run up and down the court in game 4. They have to be more energized in game 5 if they think they're going to win.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And this has basically opened up the floodgates for everyone, including myself, to talk about the overusage of
Yep.
the Nova Knicks. And it is starting to
Mm-hmm.
show up, but they did have
Mm-hmm.
a couple of days off, so they should be re-energized. That's it. That's my hope as well.
Yes.
Okay. Who else playing tonight?
The Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Game
Oh,
5. Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. Oh, oh my gosh. Can the Nuggets pull this off after beating them twice in Minnesota? Going back home to Denver? I think they can do it.
Yes. I think they can go up 3-2. I think so as well. I feel like the Denver Nuggets have cracked the code to the Timberwolves. I feel like they have. They were shocked first 2 games when the Timberwolves went up 2-0. They were shocked. I don't think they realized what the Timberwolves were bringing. But the last 2 games that were in Minnesota where the Nuggets won, I think they may have figured it out. First of all, Jamal needs to always show up. He has to be at his best in order for the Denver Nuggets to have a fighting chance. Because Joker's going to get his regardless, right? And then if Aaron Gordon comes in and follows up with his piece, I think the Nuggets are going to pull it off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And Michael Porter Jr. did not have a good game in game 4, so I'm looking for him to start shooting the ball like the lights are going out.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
Michael Porter Jr. But can I get Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Jokic and Jamal Murray to all be on? If that's the
yeah,
case, then definitely the
yeah,
Nuggets will win this game and overall the series.
yeah, yeah. Don't miss KCP. He's right up in there too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh my goodness. Come on.